For years, he appeared untouchable, surrounded by wealth, protected by influence, shielded by powerful connections. But no empire built on secrecy lasts forever. Behind closed doors, the life of Jeffrey Epstein was already beginning to unravel, and the first cracks appeared in a quiet town in Florida. In 2005, in Palm Beach, Florida, a local police report changed everything. A 14-year-old girl told her parents that she had been paid to give a massage inside Epstein's mansion. The story was disturbing, but it was not unique. Police soon discovered that multiple underage girls had been visiting Epstein's home. Many reported similar experiences. They were recruited by other girls, promised money, taken to his mansion, and abused. Investigators uncovered a pattern, a system, a network. Palm Beach police built a detailed case. They interviewed dozens of victims. They collected testimonies. They prepared charges. In 2006, they recommended that Epstein be charged with multiple felonies, but the case did not stay local. It moved to federal authorities, to the United States Department of Justice, and behind closed doors, negotiations began. In 2008, a secret agreement was reached. Epstein avoided federal prosecution. Instead, he pleaded guilty to minor state charges. His punishment? 13 months in jail. And with work release, he was allowed to leave prison up to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to work at his office, to live almost normally. For a man accused of abusing minors, it was an extraordinary deal. Victims were not informed. The public was kept in the dark. Many later called it one of the most controversial plea deals in American legal history. After serving his sentence, Epstein registered as a sex offender. But in practice, little changed. He returned to his mansions, his private jets, his social events. He continued traveling globally. He continued meeting powerful people. In elite circles, the scandal faded quickly. Money and influence had once again protected him. To many observers, it seemed the system had failed. Throughout these years, one person remained constantly at Epstein's side: Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite with elite international connections. Multiple victims later testified that Maxwell helped recruit and groom girls. She introduced them to Epstein. She normalized the environment. She reassured victims. For years, her role remained largely hidden, but investigators were watching. By the late 2010s, journalists began revisiting the case. Reporters uncovered sealed documents. They interviewed survivors. They revealed how the plea deal was arranged. Public anger grew. Questions spread. Who protected Epstein? Why was he spared? Who else was involved? Pressure mounted, and this time, authorities could not ignore it. On July 6, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested at a New Jersey airport. Federal prosecutors in New York charged him with sex trafficking of minors, conspiracy, and operating an abuse network. The indictment described a system spanning years, victims as young as 14, recruitment, payments, threats, silence. If convicted, Epstein faced decades in prison. For the first time, his power meant nothing. He was denied bail. He was placed in federal custody. The world was watching. After the arrest, survivors came forward in large numbers. Women from different countries, different backgrounds, different years. But their stories matched. They spoke of fear, manipulation, shame, and long-lasting trauma. Many said they had stayed silent for years because Epstein was too powerful. Now, that power was gone, and their voices were finally heard. Epstein was transferred to the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. No mansions, no jets, no servants, only steel bars and isolation. For a man used to control, it was a shocking collapse. He was placed on suicide watch after an apparent attempt. Later, he was removed from it. Questions would later arise about this decision. In August 2019, Epstein was preparing for trial. Prosecutors were building their case. Witnesses were cooperating. Documents were being gathered. His empire was finished. His secrets were close to exposure. Then, on August 10, 2019, everything changed. Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his cell. Officially, his death was ruled a suicide, but for many victims, it felt like something else. An ending without answers, a trial that never happened, a truth never fully revealed. Epstein would never face a jury, he would never hear a verdict, and many questions would remain forever unresolved. But his death did not end the story. It only opened a new chapter. In our next episode, we will examine the controversies, the investigations, the Epstein files, and the unanswered mysteries that continue to haunt this case. NewsTold, uncovering what power tried to hide.